everyone. Sunil sir is not able to join due to some technical issues right now. Because why don't you start with the technical first, and then later probably Jihan would take over for the equity part.
Yeah. Good morning, all of you. Good morning, all of you. See, yesterday we already said that Nifty trading near the support zone and support place around 15,900, 15,800 at downside, and we see the bounce back rally yesterday. Today we also see the gap up open and remain positive during the day. Next important resistance place around 16,370 and 400 in upside. And in intraday basis, immediate support place right now in 16,100. So we expect positive momentum in index. Bank Nifty also looks positive, and Bank Nifty close above the important levels, that is 35,000. So we expect next moment towards 50 DM at around 35,800 next target, and support place around 34,750, 34,300 at downside. Nifty Finance also looks positive at current level. Next immediate target place around 16,000 and 16,100, and support place around 15,800 at downside. Stock specific, we expect positive momentum in NTPC. We already given call in NTPC also. Balkrishna Industry looks positive at current level. SBI yesterday already said that SBI looks positive, and we expect the positive momentum to will continue in SBI. Next immediate target for SBI is 470, 480 and upside. Second is Mazgaon Docks also looks positive in current level. Target is next 300 and 310 in upside. Support place around 272 at downside. That's it for technical. Deritika can.
Yeah, thank you, Vikas. Good morning, everyone. So, as we have seen that the Nifty have given a good pullback in yesterday's trading session from the supportive levels. While I mentioned once if Nifty goes above 16,200 level, then the next possible level will be 16,400 level. And as per the yesterday's OI position, we have witnessed that from 15,900 to 16,100 strike, heavy put writer positions got added up, while against that call writer positions got liquidated. So this is a positive sign. As per the OI positions, currently the support which we are seeing from previous days of a put writer where heavy put writers were at 15,500 on the monthly basis got shifted towards 16,000 level. So that is also positive indicator. So once if we in today's trading session, once if Nifty manages to give closing of 16,200 level, then the possible next target would be 16,400 level. So hold your long positions with the strict stop losses. While we have witnessed in yesterday trading session that the India VIX almost came down around 10%, which gave closing around 22.50 levels in yesterday trading session. So once if India VIX goes below 18 level, then we might witness the volatility to get a decrease, and again the buying momentum to get continued in the market. So overall scenario as per the OI portion in yesterday trading session looks positive, but in today's trading session Nifty need to get a closing about 16,200 level, then only buying will get confirmed for next 200 to 300 point range on the upper front. As per stock specific, we expect HDFC Life, ICICI Bank, ICICI Pru and UBL looks positive in today's trading session. Thank you.
Yeah, Jan, should I take?
Yeah, you can start.
Yeah, sorry for this delay. There was some technical issue. So US market moved up sharply yesterday, mainly because of some good results from the retail companies over there. And there was a news that Russia is allowing some foreign vessel to leave from the Ukraine port. So that has created some positive sentiment in the market. So US market moved up. Futures are more of a flattish to marginal negative, and even the Asian markets are quite positive today. Mainly Hong Kong is up by around 3%. That is mainly because their tech companies has shown a sharp bounce back, with Alibaba reporting results, which was up by around 12% in today's trade. And other Asian markets are up by around 1%. Even if you see the commodity prices, they are also all positive today. Oil is up by around up to around 117 from yesterday level of around 114, and aluminum is up by around 1.5%, copper is up by around 1%, iron ore is up by around 4%, and steel is up by around 2.5%. So more of a positive sentiment from the international market. Now, Jian, you can talk.
Yeah. Good morning. Piramal Enterprise result has declined. Both financial services as well as pharma are disappointed on the results front. On the NBFC side, company re-evaluated its wholesale portfolio during the quarter and moved around AUM of 2,300 crores of its wholesale exposures to stage 2. There were 3 accounts in this 2,300 crores. 2 were from renewable energy and 1 from auto ancillary. So this impacted the P&L because of additional provision of 800 crores as well as interest reversal of 200 crores, so almost 1,000 crore of hit on P&L side. And also on the pharma side, although revenue growth was kind of stable at 11% year on year, but margins fell sharply from 28% in Q4 last year to 22% in current quarter, resulting in absolute EBITDA declining by 13% year on year. So from a short-term perspective, we are neutral on Piramal Enterprises Limited. Although from a longer-term perspective, company reiterated strategy that currently around 1/3 of its NBFC book is coming from retail side, and it will shift to 2/3 of retail mix over next 5 years by FY27. So although directionally it is sounding positive, but the timeline they are suggesting is far too long, and so even for next maybe 6 to 12 months, stock may remain sideways. Muthoot Finance result was marginally below expectation. Asset quality performance is encouraging with good decline in NPA and even lower provisions. However, consistent decline in yields and spreads is key monitorable, as they are at multi-year lows on back of increasing competition from banks, NBFCs, and even fintech companies. We saw similar trend in the result of Manappuram also, where yields took a big hit. Even in case of Muthoot, the yields have come down from 21-22% levels to now 18% in Q4 in a matter of 2-3 quarters. So that is putting pressure on profitability. So which is why the reason that going forward, even if the company is guiding for 12 to 15% kind of loan growth, but on profitability side, we should expect that the growth will be flattish and it will be much lower than the loan growth. So that is why we are neutral on Muthoot Finance. Lastly, Antony Waste Handling Cell company, which did IPO around couple of years back, result has improved. Revenue grew by 40% year on year. Margins are stable at 22% levels, with EBITDA also growing at around 40%. Profits came at 20 crore against year on year 12 crore and even quarter on quarter 13 crore. So all around it seems like good numbers. So from short term perspective, stock can do well. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Vijaya Diagnostic Center announced their result. This is the newly listed diagnostic company. The results were broadly in line with the expectations. Sales grew by 3.5% YOY, and EBITDA margins have also been a little lower than the expectation at 41% versus expectation of 43%. But where we have seen that the other diagnostic companies are reporting not so good numbers, these numbers were still okay, and we don't think that the stock should react negatively on these numbers. The only thing is what is impacting the other all companies in diagnostic sector is the increased competition from known names like Lupin is getting into diagnostics and all. So that is why, and even the Adani has announced. So that is why we have seen overall sharp correction in the diagnostic space. India Glycols announced the results, and results have actually improved Q and Q in terms of the margins per se, which has the company has reported 12.4% margins versus 7% Q and Q, and in fact even YOY also there's an improvement. So this is on that we are saying that this is improved numbers, and also we like the name from the little long-term point of view, and have been also recommended on monthly earlier. Aarti Surfactants announced the results, and results were declining, though the sales grew by 20%. Margins were very disappointing at 3% versus last year 9%. Sudarshan Chemicals announced above expectations results. Sales has grown by 9%. However, the margins have improved and came at 13.5%. The stock is trading 17.5 times FY23, which is not expensive compared to other listed players or peers in the segment. Johnson Control Hitachi Air Conditioning announced the results, and results were declining. In Insecticides India, that's the agrochemical company, announced the results, and results have improved for the quarter. Healthcare Global Enterprises, that's the hospital company, announced the results, and results have were above expectations. The company reported EBITDA of around 63 crores versus expectation of 60 crores. And overall, the margins have also improved YOY and were stable Q1Q. GSFC announced the results, and results have improved for the quarter. Berger Paints announced the results, and results were broadly in line with expectations. However, we are seeing similar with diagnostic space. Here also, we are seeing in paints higher competition, like recently JSW is getting into, and now the Grasim has doubled their investments in paint. So we are seeing higher competition in the segment, and that is why the paints companies are not able to sustain, and we are seeing the stocks are coming down. So here, though the results were broadly in line with expectations, we can see some continued correction because the stock is still trading 49 times FY23, which is on the higher side of the valuation. JB Chemicals announced the results, and results are in line with the expectation. Sales grew by 18%, and margins have come at 20% versus 21% expectation, which is broadly in line with expectation. We are the company is arranging a analyst meet today, so we'll get to know more details about the strategy for future of the company. Colgate Palmolive announced above expectation results, and company has also said that they have gained little market shares, which is positive for the blue weather company like Colgate. CCL in products announced the result, that's a coffee company, and results are marginally below expectations because the sales grew by 13%, but margins were a little lower at 22% versus last year of 25. Though the expectation was also 22, but on the absolute number, it is little less. But this shows that the realizations have gone up. So this is actually kind of a mixed set of results. Taro, that is a Sun Pharma subsidiary, has announced a result, and result is declining. We have compared adjusted numbers adjusted last year. There was a one-time expense. So if you compare that YOY, the numbers are not good. Operating margins have come at 15% versus YOY margins at 26. Even Q1Q also margins by 26. So margins operationally it is a miss. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. All Cargo Logistics has announced the result, and the company has posted decline set of numbers for the quarter. Revenue degrew by 1.6% Q-on-Q. EBITDA margins came in at 7.5% versus QOQ of 8.6%. Stock is trading at 10.9 times FY23 EPS. Page Industries has announced the result, and the company has posted above expectation numbers for the quarter, both on the revenue and the margin front. Stock is trading at a PE of 69.5 times FY23 EPS. Thank you.
Good morning. Hindalco Industries result was above expectation. Revenue came at 55,764 crores versus expectation of 52,408 crores. EBITDA came at 7,304 crores versus expectation of 5,900 crores. During the con call, the management indicated the outlook on long-term aluminum prices is bullish, mainly driven by limited upcoming supply and China's supply restrictions, but was cautious in near term with due to demand headwinds from inflation and COVID lockdowns in China. coming to availability of coal, management highlighted severe issues with the ongoing power crisis in the country. The company is maintaining a coal stock of up to 10 days. Usually it maintains up to 20 days, and has also had to resort to higher cost imports given low availability of linkage coal and higher e-auction. Uh, Over the long term, the company looks to commission all of its recently won coal blocks by FY23, which will increase its captive coal consumption to 95% of its total requirement. The management has guided capex guidance of rupees 3,000 crores for its India business, catering towards growth and maintenance. Going forward, we believe aluminum margins will come under pressure in Q1 due to higher coal costs and recent correction in metal prices. At Novelis, management remains confident of EBITDA recovering to $500 per ton in Q1. The company has also hedged 30% of its FY23 volumes at $2,500 per ton. We are neutral on this company. NMDC result was below expectation. Iron ore volumes, sales volume came at 12.3 million ton versus 9.9 million ton sequentially. Revenue came at 6,000. Realization per ton came at rupees 5,456 versus 5,966 sequentially. EBITDA per ton came at 2185 versus 2654 sequentially. The stock is trading at 3.1 times EV by EBITDA. Mishra Dhatu Nigam posted improved set of numbers. Revenue came at 323 crores versus 234 crores sequentially. EBITDA came at 122 crores versus 63 crores quarter on quarter. Margins have also improved to 38% versus 27% last quarter. The stock is trading at EV by EBITDA of 12.4 times on trailing basis. Thank you.
Good morning. Bharat Dynamics announced its results. The results have improved. Revenue came in at 1,381 crore, which grew by 72% on a sequential basis and 22% on a YOY basis. EBITDA margins were, however, flat at 29.3% versus QOQ of 36% and 30.3% on a YOY basis. The stock is trading at a PE of 25.5 times TTM EPS. Goodyear India announces results. The results have declined. Revenue came in at 598 crore, which declined by 1% on a sequential basis, but saw flat growth of 5% on a YY basis. However, EBITDA margin declined steeply from 11.8% in Q4 last year to 5.6%. This was mainly due to higher raw material prices across all categories. Other expenses were also higher, which was impacted by a steep rise in fuel prices. The stock is trading at a PE of 19.8 times TTM EPS. Cummins India announced its results. The results were in line with expectation. Revenue came in at 1,494 crore versus an expectation of 1,469 crores, which declined by 14% on a sequential basis but grew by 20% on a YOY basis. EBITDA margin came in at 13.8% versus an expectation of 14%, as against 15.6% on a sequential basis and 13.4% on a YOY basis. Inflationary impact, especially commodities, continues to be a challenge, and the company will continue to take tactical pricing and productivity actions to mitigate the same. The stock is trading at a PE of 31.4 times FY23 EPS. Motherson Sumi Systems announced its result. The result was above expectation. Revenue came in at 17,185 crores versus an expectation of 14,996 crore, which grew by 7% on a sequential basis and was flat at 1.3% on a YOY basis. EBITDA margin came in at 7%, which was in line with expectation of 7.1% versus QOQ of 6.7%, but declined from 10.1% on a YoY basis. The quarterly results have been impacted due to global uncertainties such as continued semiconductor shortages, geopolitical conflict in Europe, and COVID-related lockdowns in China. This has been further aggravated by substantially high inflationary pressures. The stock is trading at a PE of 19.2 times FY23 EPS. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all from us. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.